Well, I have a kind of a short presentation today, I guess. I'm not going to talk about anything that's mind blowing. I just want to talk about, the books out there and everything's like be a top producer and this and that. And, I talk to a lot of real estate agents. I talk to real estate agents every single day. Agents that are looking to join the company, agents that are already here. And yeah, everybody would love to have a super crazy, busy real estate career. But for the most part, agents just say, I just want to be full time. If I can make 100 grand a year, I'd be totally happy. And that is the bulk of the agents that I talk to. They don't want to have to work a second job. They don't want this to be their second job. So today I just want to go over a few points of kind of what it takes to be that consistent closer. So you can close a deal, one a month, two a month, whatever kind of your goal is that's manageable for you within your life, that would give you the lifestyle that you're looking to have. These are just kind of the basics of what consistent closers do to maintain that level. So again, this is feedback I hear from a ton of agents, and then talking with our agents who are consistent closers, or things I've done to get where I am today, so that I haven't worked a second job since I got into this industry almost 20 years ago. So it took me a little while. It took me about 6 months to break in. And then after that, these are some of the things that I did and continue to do to be consistent with my income so that I can remain in this industry and pay my bills, send my kids off to college, things like that. So if that's your goal in this business, then here are some basics. So the first thing I notice when I'm talking to real estate agents is they don't treat the real estate license as a business. And this is exactly what it is. We're getting a license to sell real estate and to operate a business. They just kind of take things as it comes. They're really flighty about it. And if you sit back and, every business you go into that is thriving or doing well, that's not how they do business. They don't open the doors to the business some days and not others. They don't let off the gas pedal and just kind of coast and hope people walk in, so you need to treat it as if it is a business that you work on every single day. So every business out there, they have services or goods they offer. They know what their target consumer, and they do marketing in some aspect to promote the services and goods to that particular consumer. They have strong knowledge of services or goods that they offer, and they strive to provide great customer service to ensure repeat business for their services or goods. So, our real estate license gives us the ability to do this exact same thing, except for with real estate clients. So we're not necessarily, peddling a good, we don't have shelves of stuff that people want to buy. We do have the MLS, which I guess technically is that, but we need to be doing the same thing. We need to be choosing our target audience and marketing to them, and staying up to date with industry things that are going on, and ensure that we have great customer service so that we can get referrals, and so that they come back to us when they're ready to sell their home that we just sold them. So, these successful businesses that are out there, the ones that you walk into every single day, they keep informed about changes in their industry that could affect their business positively or negatively, and they make adjustments accordingly. Those that don't, look at Blockbuster. They didn't, streaming services came into play real quick, and Blockbuster, they didn't make that adjustment. That was a negative thing for them, and they didn't make the adjustments, and they died off super quick. So there's going to be positive things and negative things all the time that affect our industry, and so we need to be pivoting all the time and making sure we know what's coming down the pipeline. Successful business owners, they get involved with their community, they network with other business owners, They attend seminars and retreats that help them make connections and learn from others in the industry. They're proud of their business. They talk about it at every opportunity they get. So if you were to talk to any business owner, they are super excited to talk about their business with you. Your real estate business should be treated no differently. So if you're struggling to get started in the business, or maybe your sales are in a bit of a slump, more than likely it's because you're not treating your license as a business. So I'm just going to go over a few things, very simple bullet points, basically, of things that you should be focusing on to get your business back on track, or to start growing it, or to get your first sale, whatever position you're in right now in this industry. These are just the basics of how to get to that consistent closing status. First and foremost, I've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks. I'm not going to go into the whole science of it. I have other webinars on it, but knowing your target audience, just like any other business out there that you walk into, they know who their target audience is. You know, whether it's a Walmart or a Target, or, you know, a Chick-fil-A, or, you know, anything else out there, they know their target audience. So you know, creating that ideal customer client avatar that I've been talking about over the past few weeks is, in my opinion, the first thing you need to do as your jump off point to, you know, get your business going in the right direction and get a plan together. Again, I'm not going to go into that whole science, but it's a very easy exercise, and it really gets you thinking in the right way of how I'm going to, you know, pursue my marketing plan. Consistent closers, they never stop learning. They are staying on top of not only real estate laws and ordinances and everything that's going on, but they're keeping up to date with new systems, marketing techniques, things like that, because that is all incorporated into our business. So they keep on top of that kind of stuff so that they can continue to grow their business, or at least maintain the level that they're at. So they need to constantly be learning about the things that affect their business, not just real estate, but marketing and everything else. So the world of real estate is constantly changing, and staying up with processes, technology, new techniques is paramount. Getting involved with your local board of realtors. They have training classes and events like every week. And in the past, I've always, you know, I used to be more negative towards the boards, because you know, it's, you know, not everybody likes that we have to be a board member and things like that in order to, you know, sell real estate. But they do offer value if you open up your mind to them a little bit, because they have a lot of free product in there that they pay for, that actually we pay them for. It comes out of our dues, but that helps support their classes, some of the tech that they offer, and some of the other free offerings. So check into your local board. Just go onto their webpage, and almost all of them have a list of things that they offer their members for free, or maybe a really, really deep discount. Plus, they always have their education schedule on there. Some of it's live, some of it's, you know, online. Read self-help books that boost motivation and help you learn and implement new life skills. If you're not a reader, get a book on tape or something like that. This is really important because it does kind of switch your brain as well. It gets you excited about things, and you learn techniques that others have used to boost their business, or things that help them get out of a rut. So check out different self-help books. There's a ton of them out there. They're not all real estate related. Look at ones that, you know, are geared towards maybe a struggle that you're having right now. Attend industry events and conferences. You know, we're just talking about the Reimagine. You'll always walk out those doors with a positive takeaway, renewed motivation to implement something new into your business. So those are great, and usually they have a ton of free stuff. So it doesn't even cost money. It's just a little time. You get to go and network and hear about some stuff. Understand your industry. This is all facets of the industry. So be a student of the industry. We're in the business of real estate sales. There are many facets to this business, and you have to know the business to ascend to the top. So there are so many regulations and variables that need to be taken into consideration. It's not just about knowing how to sell a home, but also how lending works, how the appraisal process works, how to assess adverse home inspection findings, many other key areas in industry that help you overcome difficult situations. So we really, we're in a unique industry and we really need to know at least a little bit about a lot. So it's not just real estate sales. There's so many other things that wrap into that. And I would say probably knowing, basics on lending is probably second highest on my list of things that you should know so that you can properly structure offers, so that you can have great conversations with new prospects and things like that who just don't know about the different products that are out there. You don't have to know the product in and out perfectly. That's for the lender to do. But if you just know the basics, so that when you're having a conversation with someone and they say, oh, I have this credit score, or oh, I don't have a large down payment, or whatever it is, you can say, you know what, there are programs for this that can help you get into a home if that is your ultimate goal. Can I connect you? So you want to know enough to be dangerous, basically, on those types of things. And that's partly why we do have a little conversation in the beginning of these meetings about lending and kind of what's going on, and rates and things like that. So becoming an expert in these different areas of business is a steep hill to climb, and most won't reach that peak. So, putting that pressure on you, like I need to be an expert in all of these, don't do that. You're not going to become an expert. You don't even need to become an expert. But with some consistent dedication of your time, you can become a well-rounded real estate professional in the market you choose to work in and the type of client you prefer to represent. So just know the basics of a lot of this stuff and you'll be fine. And then have your network put together so that you can do your referrals with your lenders and your home inspectors and things like that. The task of becoming an expert in every area is virtually impossible. So build strong relationships across various disciplines in real estate will help you help you when you find yourself in a new challenging situation, which leads me to the next point of build a strong real estate network. So pretty much any consistent closer that I know has got a solid referral network, not just of real estate agents, but literally of like everything. So they keep it in their phone, they label it, they write it on paper, whatever their method is, they keep their contacts together. So full-time real estate agents, they're generally great at networking. The ones that do it successfully aren't just networking for themselves, but they network to help others. They choose people to be in their network who share values and conduct good business. They trust the people in their network and help them build their business because they want them to succeed too, and not just because they're expecting a payment in return. So, my favorite lenders, my favorite home inspectors, my anything, even restaurants that I go to that I really, really enjoy. When people ask me for recommendations, I say, dude, you got to try this one here. They have the best, whatever, because I want those business owners to succeed. And some of them I know, and they're my friends, and I want them to succeed. So I send people their way. Pretty much any full-time real estate agent out there has a referral for just about anything. Lawyers, accountants, handyman services, contractors, solar installers, carpet cleaners, etc. They built their network by being authentic, likable, and trustworthy. And they're great connectors, and their network knows this. So when you're doing that, when you're helping others build your business, you'll find that they start reciprocating and doing the same. Show your clients they can count on you. So 2022 NAR home buyer and seller generational trends. 98% of buyers rated honesty and integrity as the most important factor when choosing a real estate agent. That's a pretty high number. I mean, it might as well be 100%. So showing clients that they come first and it's not about the commission for you will all but guarantee referrals and repeat business from your clients. People gravitate towards real estate agents and other professionals they feel they can trust and give off positive energy. People truly enjoy being around and working with professionals with this type of vibe. So your clients, they're entrusting you with the biggest purchase they can make, and having someone they can relate to, trust, vibe with is important, and this circles back to your client avatars and gearing your business towards working with your ideal clients. The consistent closers have done that. They know the type of clients they like to work with. Their marketing is geared towards it, and everything they do focuses on working with those types of clients, because that has the best outcome at the end. That's how they get their referrals. That's how they get their repeat business, because they're working with people that they share values with. So when you're working with clients who share your values and enjoy each other's energy, you will see your business build fast and with less effort and frustrations. Become a master of marketing your properties. So I saw, over the past probably 2 years, there's been some less than stellar listings in the MLS. Bad photos. It's like they're driving by, taking a picture of the house. They got their thumb in the picture, and that's how they're marketing their properties. And it's really a poor way, and it's a poor reflection of them as well, that they just don't really care about their client that much. So, they know the home was going to sell. All they had to do was throw it on the MLS, and they were going to have 20 offers, right? But now that could be affecting them, because now the market is slowing down and it's taking a lot more effort to market these properties. So, if prospects see how they were marketing their property and they're thinking about listing their property, that could really affect that agent now, because the chances of that prospect giving them a call is going to be diminished. So market conditions should never dictate the quality of your marketing. If you look through the MLS and you look at the agents who are consistently closing, you'll notice that they market every property the same way, regardless of if they know it will have just one offer or 20 offers. A hot market, a slow market, put in the effort, do a quality job with your marketing. This is a direct reflection of how you conduct business. Get the professional photos done, get the floor plan mapped, do those drone shots or evening shots if the opportunity arises. For me, not every home warrants that, but if I see any sort of opportunity, it's got a large lot, it's got a view, it's got a great sunset that happens every night that you can physically see, I take those opportunities to go and get some great photos and drone shots. I use those later on for marketing material as well. So, I own those and I use them over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm investing in the marketing of the property, but I'm also building a portfolio of really great shots of homes that I've sold. So I use that opportunity every time I can. The walkthrough videos, share those on your social media, get your YouTube channel going, that kind of stuff. People love to see those walkthrough videos. Even if they're short, you don't have to have the camera on you. It's a camera out. If you're shy with the camera right now, you're walking through, you're just talking about the home, things like that. People really like that kind of stuff. And they expect it from listing agents now. So why would I spend extra money on marketing during a hot market? Your sphere of influence, they're watching you. They are either continually being impressed with your professionalism or continually questioning why you're not doing a better job. So your SOI is generally your best marketing tool to others. When they have friends and family looking for an agent referral, they want to refer someone they know is consistent and does a high quality job. So your reputation matters, and you want them to tell the story of how amazing you made their property look and how easy the sales process was, and nothing else. You want to give them only good things to talk about you. So how you market matters. Keep that in mind as you're moving forward. And then a couple more points, and then we can get on with our week. Get involved in the community and give back. So this is a huge one, especially as we are coming towards the end of summer. We're going to be getting into a lot of holiday seasons. If you haven't started this is the prime opportunity to get involved with community and whether it's charities or anything like that, there's going to be so many opportunities coming up that are just super easy to get that started in your business. So I believe when you give, you always be blessed. So if you had 10 minutes to pick the brain of consistent closers in your market, you would most likely learn that they are involved in some sort of charity work or involved in some sort of community organization. They do it because they believe in the cause, and they do it selflessly. So they're not doing it with the expectation of business, and they're not only going to do it unless they get business. They do it because they genuinely believe in the cause. So a side effect of giving back is getting blessed with new connections that lead to business. Again, you're getting involved with people who share your values, they're like-minded. And so these are the kind of people that want to work with you, or they want to refer others that they know to you because you share values with them. So who you surround yourself with will either elevate you or bring you down. So be charitable, be open-minded to attract like-minded people. If you don't have a budget to give back monetarily, give your time with some volunteer work. Everybody can volunteer time. Generosity is always rewarded, in my opinion. So basically get committed. Consistent closers are committed to working on their business every day. Back in my previous life, when I was a restaurant manager, many years ago, I worked for a corporate chain. I was a general manager, and they have processes like you wouldn't believe. And I've carried a lot of that into my real estate business. But something they always talked about was adding value to your day. And so I've brought that into my business, as every day I try and add value to my business in some way. Now, I'm not talking about something huge. It could just be, maybe I don't have any appointments set up for agents looking to join the company this day. So maybe today is a prospecting day for me to reach out to previous conversations I've had with real estate agents looking to join the company. So that would be my value add for the day. Or maybe I'm, working on a new section of the back office. There's lots of things I do every single day to add value to the business, and actually to everybody else's business as well. So that's something that I do that I've taken away from, working in the corporate land. So if you set your mind to it, you can achieve it. We've heard this over and over again. It's totally true. So consistent closers do not spend their time considering the possibility of failure. Sometimes we have setbacks and things like that, but dusting yourself off or revamping, the plan that you had in place, that's what consistent closers do. They've failed over and over and over again until they've gotten to where they are now, and they've dialed it in, whatever it was they were trying to do. So getting into the right mindset is what will make the difference in building a thriving business of constantly being in the state of struggle. So really, it's going to boil down to your mindset. This is partly why the self-help books or coaching makes such a difference for people. I'm almost 20 years into my business. I see a business coach every 2 weeks. So even at this level in my career, I still go through coaching, and I still learn stuff every 2 weeks. She brings new knowledge and new energy every time I meet her. So if coaching isn't in the budget yet, there's a ton of stuff, even just on YouTube, of coaches out there. The Tom Ferries, the Mike Ferries, all those guys and gals, they all have free content out there, and they don't dive super deep into some of it, but at least get your brain going, get you excited about things. So search on their YouTube channels if coaching isn't in the budget at the moment, or pick up a couple self-help books and start reading those and get your mind switched over into that positive mindset. You'll really feel your energy change, and you'll see your business change along with it. It doesn't work the other way around. Your business cannot be in a healthy state unless your mindset is. It's not the other way. So you have to get your mindset first, and then your business will follow. And it happens a lot faster than you think. So with that said, I'm actually going to do a part 2 of this about mindset, a little bit of science behind mindset, and getting that switched over and giving you some tools to do that. If you think you're maybe in a little bit of a rut, or you want to start growing your business faster than you are now, maybe you are doing well and you want to get over that hump that you're in, maybe you're hitting a little bit of a wall. It happens all the time. I still hit those walls where I'm like, I feel like I've plateaued in the business. I'm like, okay, how do I get past this? And that's where the business coach comes in a lot of the time. But a lot of it is just getting my mindset right. So I will be going over that more than likely next week. We might have a different presenter next week, but it'll be the next week or the week after that. I'm going to do basically a coaching session on changing your mindset to get into this kind of status where you're a consistent closer, you're excited about your business. It's something that you would probably pay a fair amount of money for from another coach. So I hope you really, tune in next week too, or whenever I do the announcements next week or the week after, depending on if we have this other speaker. So with that said, hope everybody has a great week. I'm excited. I got a lot of stuff going on this week, a lot of new programs and stuff like that we're going to be rolling out. So I'm super excited about stuff. So looks like we might have a couple in the chat. So yep, go through the chat. There's a link in there for Reimagine. We'll start getting that together. Maybe we can get a thread going of who would be interested in going in that. It is in Long Beach. I'd love to go up there and see everybody. I know a lot of you, we talk on the phone a lot. We do the Monday meetings, but we've never met in person. So it'd be great to meet a lot of the team up there in Long Beach. It's somewhat of a central location, I guess. It's about an hour from me, so it's probably an hour from a lot of people. So if you can make the time to go out there for at least one of the days, let's get a thread going in the Facebook group, and we can all meet up there. So other than that, if you guys have a great week, give me a call if you need anything.